Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, guys. We're here with another retro pay-per-view review. It's not quite that retro. It's not the 90s. It's not even the 90s or the 80s. It's the 2010s, and it's the early 2010s. We have Slammiversary 2013, and I tell you what, guys, it is mad how TNA literally went from fucking good and like slash great to like absolute dog shit within the space of a couple of years. Because you go to TNA in like 2015, albeit, I mean, they still had like the Hardys, Drew Galloway, you know, Billy Ray for, well, I mean, say that 2015 wasn't in it much, to be honest. He was in WWE after that, but you know, you still had a decent level, like Kurt Angle and shit. But compared to now, like, obviously over the years it just got worse, but compared to now, 2020, to fuck, there's nobody there. There's just nobody there, guys. But we are in Boston, Massachusetts. Woo! We have the return of some superstars, but the storylines heading into this were pretty great, guys. But we kick off the show, obviously, with a Hulk promo package, or main event, Billy Ray versus Sting. If Sting lost, he could never challenge for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship again. Tragic. But we then have in our main event first match, we've got a triple threat Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division Championship. It is Chris Sabin against Kenny King and against Suicide. This is pretty weird in my opinion. Like, normally Ultimate X matches have like 6 people in it. Like, they kind of made it work, but I feel like, you know, I'm just used to Ultimate X matches having more than 3 people in it. I mean, it was still a good match. Chris Sabin wins. There was a few spots where like it looked like broken necks were going to be had, but ah well, man. Ah well. Anyway, though, out comes Hulk Hogan. He basically starts talking about Boston, Massachusetts. Ken Anderson with a couple of jobbers, Garrett Bischoff and fucking Wes Briscoe. The Aces, what a gimmick. The theme tune is just brilliant. See, anyone who dishes or attempts to bury Aces in the Eights, now I get it, right? You literally had Devon, Billy Ray, Ken Anderson, D'Lo Brown, and Taz, and then like the rest were kind of just fucking jobbers. But let's make no mistake about it. This is a great faction, right? I'm not going to go as far as say they're one of the greatest factions of all time, but they're better. I prefer Aces and Eights to the Shield. I prefer Aces and Eights to the New Day. They're fucking, I mean, just the whole gimmick of a motorcycle club done right, not like a pish DOA version, you know. Like they actually wore cuts. They actually were in the main event. They mean, you know what I mean? It was good, right? But we have the return here of Jeff Hardy, Magnus, and Samoa Joe. That Hulk Hogan announces, essentially. And then we got a decent enough tag match here. Aces and Eights get beat, but I mean, it's the return of 3 pretty decent level superstars, especially Jeff Hardy and Joe. Magnus, never really rated Magnus, but here he is nonetheless. Then we get backstage, Devon, essentially him and Nux batter Joseph Parks backstage, but then he sees his own blood, and the whole gimmick is when he sees his own blood, it transforms him. Obviously, Joseph Parks is just a biz, but I mean, the whole gimmick, oh, it's his twin brother. Is it? Fuck, brother. But yeah, then we also have Jay Bradley taking on Sam Shaw in the gut check final. It's essentially Tough Enough, right? But Jesus, not exactly a match you'd expect to be on a pay-per-view. I mean, this is like current TNA. Absolute job fest. I mean, the winner gets to qualify for the 2013 Bound for Glory series. So I mean, I guess that's a fair enough, like, you know, stipulation that's on the line. But yeah, Jay Bradley defeats Sam Smith. I do not remember any of these guys ever, so it's not like it ever leads to anywhere. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this match. So yeah, Jay Bradley qualifies for that. Out comes Devon Louie Knox for his TV title match with Joseph Parks. I mean, the promo package for this match, it just sums up how far downhill wrestling's came. Like, I'm not saying you don't get the odd good promo package now, but compared to back in the day, but this is 2013, and TNA aren't exactly renowned for their promo packages. It's more WWE in the 2000s that's fucking renowned for their promo packages, right? But the promo package for this match was good. Basically, the ref does a count. Devon wins by forfeit. But then Devon says, even if Abyz was here, Abyz would come out and Devon would still kick his ass. But out comes Abyz, and Abyz beats Devon in about 5 minutes. It's a good match. See Devon, I mean, Devon just looks like, I mean, I'm not saying he's the fucking Rock, right? But see, you compare him to the people these. I mean, Devon's built like fuck. He's got the beard here, he's got the gold chain, he's got the cut. He says after he buries Joseph Park, he's going to go back to the clubhouse and fuck some bitches. I mean, compare that to modern day wrestling. You know what I mean? Absolute mess. Team 3D, the Dudley Boys, utterly fantastic. Aces and Eights, oh, they're great. They're fucking great. Then we have a promo between Austin Aries and Bobby Roode saying that all these ex fucking stars and, you know, strong men and world champions have came to TNA and they're fighting for the World Tag Championships. They're basically referring to Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez here. Because next up we have a Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. This is a decent match. But the team of Gunner and James Storm defeat Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. Bad Influence, which is Danielson, Kazarian, and Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez. I mean, but, like, for 8 people, I mean, it's not exactly riddled with star power, but not, like, there's not anyone particularly in the match that's fucking awful. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty decent match, like, on paper, you know, and I like this. After this, though, we had the induction, I should say, of Kurt Angle into the Hall of Fame. This is a touching moment. It really was. Like, this was a decent promo package. What I didn't like about it is, like, in 1996, he won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. And then it's like, in 2006, 10 years later, Kurt Angle crossed the line. Now, I get it. They've got no WWE footage. They probably don't want to fucking bring up WWE, right? But they could have said, shortly after the Olympics, he entered the wrestling business, won numerous titles, including world titles, you know. But then in 2006, he crossed the line. Why pretend for 10 years Kurt Angle did fuck all? You know what I mean? Like, we all know he didn't. You know, it was just great seeing all the moments that he's done in TNA. I mean, fuck, a lot of Angle's best work was in TNA, but not that his work in WWE was shit. Like, I mean, his work in WWE was fucking utterly fantastic, and we're never going to take that away from Big Kurt because he's the man. Definitely one of the greatest all time. It was a sad moment. It gave me a bit of goosebumps seeing Kurt sad, and I believe it was genuine, like, because he's an emotion. And then he thanked Jeff Jarrett, which I was kind of like, what you thanking Jeff Jarrett for, buddy? Because obviously we know Jeff Jarrett stole his wife, which was way before this. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it would have been way before this. Then we have Taranterrell versus Gail Kim in a last knockout standing match with ODB. And again, the promo package for this match was actually pretty good. I've obviously not watched like the build up to this. I've not watched the Impact, so I'll probably maybe I did back in the day, like, but I can't fucking remember them for the life of me. But I was immediately like intrigued and invested in this match for the whole like referees not signing for any knockout matches thing. I mean, it's an actual fucking storyline. It's like there's actually a bit of intriguiness in it. But Taranterrell defeats Gail Kim. Gail Kim can't answer the 10 count, and Terrell marking it a wee bit here. We also got backstage a promo about Brooke Hogan. Is she still in love with Bully Ray? Well, is she? Only time will tell in tonight's main event. But next up, before the main event, we've got Kurt Angle taking on AJ Styles, and again, another great fucking promo package. Basically, about AJ Styles' whole, like, oh, he's gonna get patched into the Aces 8. TNA can't believe it, but then during the ceremony, he batters Aces and 8s, and he's like, I don't trust no one. You know, it's not the greatest Kurt Angle AJ Styles match. I think by this stage, Kurt Angle had slowed down quite considerably. Obviously, he had. I mean, I think Kurt Angle, what age would Kurt Angle have been here? Like 54? No, 54, 45 or something, like 44 or something. Along those lines, but it's still a great match. The psychology's good. They're working Angle's leg, but Angle does a roll up and beats Styles, which is surprised about. But I guess they had him induct it into the Hall of Fame, so you kind of, you know, had to have that. I mean, I guess like it didn't make Styles look like it was kind of like a roll up victory, so I have no problem with that whatsoever. But now it is main event time. We have Bully Ray versus Sting. Sting comes out for the match. Great entrance, of course. Bully Ray comes out, starts stirring up the Boston crowd. Taz is making all these references to police in the Boston area in the late 90s, obviously referring to ECW, so that was pretty funny. And then we get a 15-minute match. I mean, obviously Sting here, I mean, Sting's pretty old. 2022, the guy's still wrestling, but he can still wrestle to a good level, like, you know, and even a fucking great level here. No holds barred. Some of the spots, fucking pile driver, that was basically the whole feud thing going into it. Well, I'm going to bring out this move that nobody uses anymore. Fucking pile driver on the unprotected ring. Sting kicks out. All these maneuvers. Aces and 8 comes out. Sting's fighting them off. Devon throws the chain in. Fucking Bully Ray doesn't catch it. It's Sting it catches it. He cracks Bully Ray in the dome. Devon then breaks up the count. Taz then throws the hammer in to Bully Ray. Sting goes for like the splash off the top rope. Bully Ray absolutely levers Sting in the fucking skull with the hammer. 1, 2, 3. Bully Ray retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I really thoroughly enjoyed this pay-per-view. Literally every match had a great promo package. You know what I mean? And the matches that didn't, you know, I mean, like Jay Bradley, Sam Shaw is a definite fucking flaw in the card, but you know, you've an Ultimate X match, you've a 3-on-3 match, TNA against Aces and Eights, good wee match. The Biz Devon stuff was good. The Fatal 4-Way tag match was alright for what it was. Angle getting inducted his match and all was good. The main event I thought was really good. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, really good in the promo packages. For that reason alone, guys, I'm going to give it a 7. And fuck, I did not think watching this pay-per-view I'd be giving it a 7. Like, and compared to what, I mean, if you're not new and you've watched some of our reviews of recent wrestling, when was the last time we gave anything above a fucking 5? I can't remember. It's probably been a couple of years. Not even taking the piss, guys. But anyway, that'll do it for this review of TNA Slammiversary. And until next time, peace.